Now we are at step number 3 of energy transparency. The advantages. Let's see more specifically the advantages of knowing the energy subflows after the main meter in detail before taking decisions about energy conservation opportunities. A mobile set of smart meters can be very affordable and will allow you to get a tremendous amount of meaningful data already before spending money on energy conservation measures. And why is it so important to have this meaningful data before making decisions? How will it help you? Well, look to the medical world. They have a similar situation. Here's Hans, the cardiologist. Yes, he also has a problem that he has to take patient conservation measures. With ECG, he gets a lot of data about the heart, and not only that, he studied also a lot of their different curve shapes and how these are related to a particular heart problem. Hans will take no decision before taking the ECG of the patient. Jim, the energy manager, can do the same thing with a mobile set of smart meters. He can see problems that were invisible during a visit to the plants. He sees the air compressor working during weekends, even if everybody is home, so he understands that the network is losing air. He sees also if the lighting and the air conditioning is working during the night. Finally, he understands why the power demand is so high during Monday morning. Another energy manager doesn't see these things during his standard visit of a few hours in the factory. Another advantage, smart meters are able to measure more than only current, voltage and power. They can also measure or derive per particular invisible values, which tell much about the operation mode of equipment in your factory. For example, the power factor tells if a motor is running without mechanical load, wasting energy. The funny thing is, the above mentioned problems are of a kind that require only little investments to fix. Indeed, a lot of energy is wasted because of wrong set points, timing of automatic switches and situations that change slowly during their years, without adapting set points and timers. Also, maintenance is part of this problem. Searching these situations and recalibrating the operation conditions is called recommissioning of a building. In a few words, Jim is able to find good saving opportunities that cost little to realize and can collect the low-hanging fruit first and get an easy cash flow. This money can be used to reinvest in other energy conservation measures that save additional money. Jim would have good news to tell to Filippo, the CFO, if he could apply the approach of Hans. And after solving these problems, he can move the mobile smart meters to other plants or departments and continue his investigation of energy waste without spending in additional smart meters. I am still talking here about the period before decision in an investment, but even after the investment, you can use the same set of meters to monitor the performance of your energy saving project. If you want to continue the monitoring of a certain energy conservation measures without engaging your mobile set, you can purchase a fixed energy management system or just expand the mobile set. I am sure that healthcare would be much more expensive without ECG, because it is easier to find heart problems with ECG than in other ways. For the same reason, I expect that collecting big data before taking decisions will revolutionize the way that energy conservation measures are found. So, resuming the advantages of providing energy transparency right from the beginning. 1. You have big data, and it contains much information that will make it easy to make the best decisions. 2. You know what is happening in your enterprise, and even when. 3. You see the invisible, so you will have more energy-saving projects. 4. Many of the issues you find are low-hanging fruit. And 5. You can use the same mobile set management system before and after the investment. So that's during the energy audit and the monitoring. Okay, now we are at the end of these 3 videos on energy transparency. You realize now that knowledge of the situation is essential right from the beginning. That is why I took this into lesson 1. Moreover, we can use this in a later lesson about the energy audit.